Cooper learned a lesson. Watch this move that he puts on Carl Vaillancourt.
Gravity got the best of Vaillancourt there.
Cooper just a little bit overly exuberant, but Button is going to have a problem here coming up.
Yeah, right there. I'll say he had a problem. Cased the jump and then went right over the handlebars. Not a great way to start your season.
Boy, did he ever. When you case it, you come down with one wheel on one side, one wheel on the other side. There's nothing there to take the impact except the engine.
And now I want you to watch Tim Ferry, last year's Rookie of the Year. He does the huge triple right into the hay bale and right on his head. He's okay. I'll tell you what, that's remarkable.
Yeah, it is. We're going to see this from another angle. Now watch, he makes the jump okay, but watch where he lands. Bam! And he explodes that hay bale, and well, there's just too much of a cushion when the rear wheel comes down to that big pile of hay.
He had the distance, but he was wide to the right. He didn't last very long. Watch what happened. He cased that jump, broke his rhythm, tipped over on the next one, and Kalos had the lead that he thought he had. Button had his sights set on the second-place man, Goodman, when he was befallen by this moment. He actually lost the handle grip and went over the handlebars and ended up face first into the dirt. Now, I want you to consider the curse of Jimmy Gaddis, who's led a bunch of these things, and something always seems to go wrong.
And that's what they're thinking in the pits right now. He rides for the pro circuit.
And if they can make it with staying on and not falling off and stuff.
He's been out front.
Big moment right here. Michael Craig leading, tips her over, lost the front wheel right in front of McGrath, who said, as soon as you get out of my way, I'll go on and win this. Results in 1993, and he's still looking for that first top three finish. Craig goes inside, and Lamson hit his rear wheel, and just about flicked her over backwards, jumps up to
practice on it to be the best they've ever seen anywhere.
All right, and here they come, charging through the first set of whoops, and we've got a spill already.
Boy, it's hard to get through that crowded start without some kind of action.
I tell you, Steve, these kids are just in such great physical condition. As you can see, these motorcycles work their bodies so hard. Oh, there is Karsten, and he goes down in the whoops, and will lose a couple of spots. Yeah, he gets started again. Good recovery. But, well, he was down. Both Jeff Curry and Jim Neese got by him and put Karsten back to sixth place. We got another spill.
Our leader goes down unassisted
between these three riders.
Just amazing how much. Oh, and we have got a rider down hard. That was 55 Scott Sheehan. Oh, really down hard is the 990 bike. That is Matt Shue. Matt is not moving. He's almost in the middle. The last chances are underway, and already a rider down. He didn't go 25 yards. That is away. The second time, Brock, that he's fallen today. He's going to be a sore young man in the morning.
Yeah, just some days we don't have any luck at all, as we got another couple of riders down here.
Kind of luck needed to win championship. Watch the upcoming tangle in Jeremy McGrath's right arm and shoulder. No harm done, but a few inches either way, and Jeremy McGrath, along with Kidrowski, could eat. Kidrowski tries to outjump Cooper. That was number 2. Larry Ward in the second heat race, victim number 3. Bending going on. Now here's the first semifinal, victims number 4 and 5. Koji Okawara goes down. He collects Doug Dubach in the process. Second semifinal, Carl Vaillancourt loses it. He becomes victim number 6. Now watch number 41, Kurt McMillan. That makes 7. On to the last chance qualifier and crash victims 8 and 9. Now these guys are running first and second. If they stay upright, they both go to the main. We just knew that was going to happen. Now Carl Vaillancourt waited for Doug Dubach when the race was over and said in a polite tone of voice, "Excuse me, Mr. Dubach, why did you jump on me?" Dubach at the front end of the pack. Matasevich was out front, and Eric Kehoe was on the ground. He was number 13, past Craig for the lead. Craig, though, became crash victim number 14, and McGrath was home free. Craig lost several positions, but would work up.
And you're right, Myers Peak. There's number 7, Guy Cooper, running third. The real surprise, perhaps, is Gene Newmack's trip into the hay bales and over the handlebar.
I think Gene says, I can't stand this prosperity.
Win the race, that would blow the plastic roof right off the Silverdome. Here was the end of the line for Chad Pedersen and almost for that flagman over there.
He made a sandwich out of him, didn't he? Watch the poor guy. He's watching Curry and cheering him on, and Pedersen just hit the hay bale, his bike and body, everything.
Michael Craig, who has blitzed to the front, and whoa, is in trouble, and Craig is off and on his head.
He's up. Look, I don't believe the guy got up that quick. Unbelievable. They haven't bought the number 4 spot. Let's take another look at that crash. Look at this, Dave.
Man.
Oh, boy.
That's got to hurt. I mean, why aren't you just laying there? But look at that. He was up before the bike even stopped moving.
I can picture Craig letting Kudrowski by. It's harder to imagine that he let Bradshaw.
Oh, and Craig goes down again. Mike Craig got into the whoops. He just nosed in, went over the handlebars. He said, that's it. I've lost the lead twice tonight, and I'm not going to run.
With a few hours rest, the stars of the series were back at it. Now, this is the first heat race. Watch McGrath. Now, that's the kind of a crash that breaks collarbones and separates shoulders. McGrath walked away unscathed. Same heat race, Cooper gets sideways and tangles with Bradshaw. Now, a few laps later, Bradshaw is going to retaliate. Watch this. Bradshaw washed out Cooper's front end. You'll see Larry Brooks endoing and Jeff Stanton coming down on Brooks's bike. Stanton became tangled in the two machines. He was driven hard into the ground. Larry Brooks was quickly up, but Stanton was motionless on the track. For several minutes, Stanton was attended to by the medics and doctor on hand, while race action was slowed almost to a crawl. What happens, though, to Mike LaRocco? He gets sideways in the corner, loses control. He's out of it. Now, that left swing to challenge Brooks, but Larry Brooks is going to get the nod. But watch Brooks off the finish line jump. For Swink, it meant a trip to the semis. For Brooks, it was a day in the sun.
They've got to go somewhere. They've got to move over to the right. And it's going to start a domino effect all the way down the line. This first corner is going to be a good place to watch here tonight. Back to you, Dave.
With number 23, Denny Stevenson, keeping the pressure on. They've all swept past Larry Brooks to make it.
Whoa, look at that. Stevenson right into the path.
Now Emig is going to take that number 4 spot. That'll drop Cooper out of contention until our leader, Steve Lamson, says, boy, can't stand this taste of success. So Lamson buries himself in the bales. We'll take another look at it. Coming down in that rough section of racetrack, a series of whoops that throw the riders off balance, and Lamson just missed.
It's important to be out front.
Watch this. Challenge from number 24, Michael Craig. You met him at the top of the show. He meets Phil Lawrence and goes right on his head.
Just trying too hard, I think, and trying to get his feet back. And he will check out. But watch what happened as the checkered flag fell. Ward got out of control, crashed into Matasevich. They will rule that Ward cut the course, as you'll see in a moment. But watch Matasevich, number 12. He's mad. Ow!
And Ward is going to chase him down the track. That just doesn't work. He doesn't have enough horsepower in those two legs. And Matasevich is just going to kind of ride. Very, very unhappy. Now, here it is. Watch coming from the top. There it is. See, and Ward did cut the course. He was totally out of control. Shot across about 10, 12 feet of racetrack there. And now look what happens. Bradshaw unhappy with McGrath.
This is Bradshaw bragging rights as anything else. Here's what happened to Craig. Second time tonight in the trip in the whoop-de-doos.
You know, there's no answer for that, no reason for that. It's a lack of concentration. Mike does this. He's all by himself. Things are flowing well, and he just loses his concentration. That's the only thing I could lay it on, obviously.
To come from the back in the first one, had to come from fourth in this one. Jones also has it tough. Crashes into the back of Bradshaw, goes on his ear.
Jones was out of control before they even got that far. He was up
1-1, Pedersen 1-1, and Henry won all the rest.
And now watch this. Henry just takes a little nose dive, eases off the motorcycle into the ground, and this really shows what this guy is all about. He's going to come back from this minor spill, loss of control as he goes down.
Mick failed to qualify in his heat and took this tumble in the semi. He did win the last chance qualifier to go to the main event. Left-hander, Henry was just a little too hot. Now that left Matasevich third and Cooper fourth. A few laps later, Doug Dubach will lose control at the end of the section. Cooper hits Dubach's bike, Matasevich plows into Cooper, and Todd Tahoop joins the crowd. Now we'll see it again. This time pay attention to after the crash. Bradshaw goes to his left to miss the fallen riders, while Kudrowski loads the suspension and jumps over the top and passes Bradshaw in the process. Here it comes. Watch this. Bradshaw to the left, Kudrowski over the top, the pass
where he won his first ever Supercross race. Here comes the surprise for Lusk. Ouch. Boy, that has to hurt. He took a bite of the ground, and man, that was not the replay. Yeah, I think so, too. He just lost it in that whoop section. It's been giving guys trouble all night long. It goes back to that.
He might have been the dominant rider in the Western region if he'd have kept his Suzuki upright.
He's going to make that pass before this one is over. And you know what? Oh, no. McGrath got sideways. He was going for a block pass, I think, Dave. We're going to have to take another look at it here in a second. But
race. Well, he's trying to approach it a little more conservative this year. Down goes Emig. Jeff Emig will have to go to the semis, it looks like. He took a tumble. On the inside, gets the whole shot. But look out, we've got some problems down there now. Chad Lowe out of North Carolina, and he got Robbie Raynard caught
out of the heat race. It improves your starting position for the semi. Watch what happens in the rush to turn one.
That's Craig going to the outside on the first turn, forcing his teammate Emig off the track. Kyle Lewis went down. Also, Matasevich was mixed up in that fray.
Kevin Krein also involved. We'll take another look. That's Emig up on the outside. Craig uses all of the racetrack. Emig has nowhere to go and plows through the hay bales. Here's the race for 4th and 5th. And number 23, Jeremy Buell, goes down. Cliff Palmer right behind him runs into him and lead
this race. It would remind me of a 125 race in San Jose, which was probably his greatest comeback. He ran right into Brian Swink. He blocks him out.
First turn as Pedro Gonzalez gets off with a nice start for the first time in his Supercross career. Going down is Jason McCormick, number 45, Travis Hodge, and Ty Birdwell all here.
Big crash as Dubach jumps into the path of Antonez, who hits him in the back, and they both go down. Dubach comes back for third. See how Dubach jumps from inside to outside? Boom! Antonez front wheel hits Dubach in the back, and they both go down. Buddy's clear out of the hay bales. Dubach punches for the jump. You'll see it here. He's aiming for the bale, tries to correct in the air. There just isn't room to do it, and he's off the racetrack.
How tough these guys are. He's back up and riding.
It's so important in Supercross. Who will it go to?
Into the first turn, Steve. Oh, we got a big pileup in the middle of the pack. About 4 or 5 riders down, and there you see bike number 92. That's Mike Brown.
Welcome back to Daytona and the 125 Supercross by Honda. Watch closely. Craig Nicholson, the Australian rider on the Kawasaki. This is part of the dues paying we talked about earlier, and he does it big time, especially the position of that left handle grip. Ooh. The top 9 transfer.
He's about to get a lot of company right here. Oh, and they get together with Pocoroba going down hard.
Oh, he did. He was trying to pass.
There you see Robbie Raynard in the 33 coming right into your living room. And a big pile up in the whoop-de-doo section here.
Oh, yeah, that was just horrible. James Eichel on the Honda number 99, 54 Bruce. And just now completing 1 lap. And Dowd is down, number 16, running in second. John Dowd. It appeared, Ralph, that
the veteran of 125s, if you can be one, Ezra Luskin. Oh, and look at Ezra makes the mistake.
He got into a rut that got at his front wheel right into one of those wrapped up bales. Can he restart this bike? Look at Eichel, 99, the red bike. What a great start. Oh, we have got a terrific pileup, Ralph.
Steve, and it was Eichel that instigated that whole problem. It
could happen. Bring the Band-Aids. Watch the 99 bike, the Honda of Jimmy Eichel. He had a hole shot, but he's part of the problem.
He pushed everybody deep, and he did not give an inch, and everybody was forced to get together. He powers through, and the rest of them go down. And
ready to start, and he's trying to make up for it.
There you see Raynard now closing in on Curry. Oh, and Robbie goes down. Raynard got in the whoop section, got out of his rhythm, and went down, and he is getting up slow, Steve.
Riders, they try to pretend they're not hurt. Sometimes you just can't. Let's have another look. Watch the number 97 bike. All alone. Whatever happens, he did it to himself. Tried to jump, didn't quite make it, got it high-centered, and over the bars goes Chad Lowe with the bike on top of him.
And that's one of the things that'll do more damage to you. Sometimes it's not just the fault.
Brian Hughes also up there as Henry goes. Oh, even excites me in the highlights, Dave, as Larocco putting on the brakes, it looked like, really avoided a serious injury.
Looked like Henry got the previous jump a little bit wrong, and he was out of shape as he came to the second jump. He's hurting a little bit. Here's how it happened. See, he's a little sideways in the air, had 1 foot off, and then the handlebars actually came up and booted him in the face on the rebound. That bucked him off, and poor Larocco had nowhere to go.
He's following Palmer, the KTM rider.
He's got some catching up to do, and Cliff isn't helping, is he?
And Brooks gets into the melee here on our highlights.
Can you imagine?
Retaking the position, and then in the whoops, it's Raynard. Oh, Raynard going down. hit hard on that left hand.
That's the wrist he's had problems with before. You saw him put it out to brace his fall, and I think he's hurt it again. Take another look at how this happened. He gets his left foot off the foot peg, goes out of control, loses the front. Watch him reach down right there and took the full weight on the wrist that had already been
there. Number 20 trying to move up the ladder. Ryan Hughes goes down, and that was a dangerous move for Ezra Lusk, in fact.
Take another look at this. Ezra is up high, arcing down off the bales, cuts across Hughes' front wheel. Hughes was trying to get it.
Line he was. Kudrowski. He moves in with a slight lead off the whoops, and Jeremy goes flying in toward the mechanics area. Kudrowski had to go into the hay bales. Morocco has passed the two of them.
Henry to the outside. He seals off Larry Ward. Henry trying to make a last-ditch effort. Moving it. And Morocco and Henry both go down. Ward sneaks between them inside, and he'll take second place. Larocco gets up quick.
They're up alongside, but still did what he had to do.
The next battle in the first qualifying heat, and Larocco went flying as he tried to pursue Kyle Lewis.
He had a notion to try Kyle on the outside. He's got the handlebars out bent.
Lights begin. Emig and Ward out in front, but look what happens to Todd the Hoop as he goes flying over the hay bale after touching with the Dubach. Also,
now, here's the story.
Oh my goodness, Hughes took the lead back again, and Huffman slides out right in front of the mechanics area.
Spun her out, trying to make the pass,
I just wait for the next race and, try and make it better.
Jeremy has a philosophy about winning that goes hand in hand with losing. He can lose.
Track thinking something might fall off or break. I mean, that can't even be in his head, because if that's going to happen, then he's not going to be 100% on the track.